When I hear Studio 54, I think of my brother-in-law because his uncle was Steve Rubel, one of the founders of Studio 54 along with Ian Schrager, the greatest nightclub possibly of the last century. And a great party.
Somebody would stop in on a Thursday night to Studio 54 and wouldn't leave till Monday morning. I'm hoping that you folks here tonight don't stay till Monday morning.
The 70s Brought was my first disco dance party that took place at Ithaca College.
We were both young during the 70s. I was younger, a lot younger.
You know, during the 70s, I was being born, 1977.
I was driving a Ford Pinto. It doesn't exist anymore.
The 70s had it all. We had our corduroy pants, we had our crazy dancing.
70s, I was living in Iran with my family, and we would visit the US quite often.
He did have that afro going.
Big one, a big afro.
Take the bus to the mall. Very different from the life that our kids have. Kickball in the street.
Tackle football in the street.
Right, tackle football.
If you didn't have a place to play it, you would play it in the street. That was it. And when the cars came, you got out of the way, baby.
Welcome Back Kotter, the Brady Bunch.
The silk shirts with the designs on them, a little bit of, turquoise jewelry on the neck.
Everybody knew everyone else. But we really didn't have a JCC in those days. We didn't have the cultural place where families could go and belong.
And now Miami's one, big booming city with a great Jewish population, and the Miami Beach JCC is playing an important role in ensuring the strength of the Jewish community.
All our honorees this evening are the most special people, from Mbjcc and Robert Daniel, the Lawrences, Teague and Randy, Steve and Adrian Pardo. We're so very thankful for these special families, the Daniels, the Lawrences, and the Pardos. Without families like this, I don't know that this building would be here.
Each one of these honorees, and I'm talking about each one, all 6, played a very important role in the building of this Jewish Community Center. The point of tonight's event, first and foremost, is to celebrate these very deserving honorees. But it's also to bring our community together to celebrate our community.
What's really so special about Robert and Mbjcc Daniel is the fact that they're really relatively new to the scene, and yet they're everywhere. They really became part of our community, part of the very fabric, and not only are they dedicated to the JCC, but they've been dedicated to so many other important causes, such as Jewish Federation and, of course, the Miami Beach Hebrew Academy, and the list goes on and on.
They were the ones involved in the beginning, really raising the initial dollars, which are really the most difficult dollars to raise.
I'm very honored to be here tonight to honor my sister and my brother-in-law, and I'm so proud of her because she really took the torch and she's running with it.
Randy and Teague make sure that the quality, in-depth service that the Jewish community expects is being delivered.
Steve and Adrian Pardo were here from the very beginning. Stephen ran our construction committee and did an incredible job.
And Adrian has always been very involved in Jewish Federation and causes around South Florida, and they're really an inspiration and a lot of fun to be with.
Little towns had major JCCs, and Miami Beach, which had 20, 30,000 Jews, didn't have a JCC. It was completely
Well, we had a
out of whack.
JCC. It was an old house. Bob Diener's grandfather, Judah Diener, originally had owned this entire parcel with the old house that was on it. And that's what had been given back to serve as the JCC by the city. But this house was broken down. Really, that was the impetus. Let's build something that is the embodiment of a community center, something that is clean and beautiful.
Thank God that, finally built it and it's finally here. And the best part is the parking lot is full.
I love the arts and cultural programming. Incredible events, meaningful, smart, and they really do it on a shoestring budget because we're always looking for funds to be able to grow and provide enrichment. Across the board, there's great senior programming that I always encourage my parents to attend. So my parents come here, and then the boys, the first place they come to is the JCC, to the gym. They are with their friends, they're exercising, they're working out. They're always very happy here and happy to come home and come back to the JCC.
You see all segments of the community here, getting everybody to connect to each other, be with each other, talk to each other, and be friends with each other. It's probably the most important thing.
The Jewish Community Center is a gift. It's from the community, it's the legacy that they are using themselves and leaving behind to their children and the children after that to provide Jewish learning, Jewish enrichment, Jewish togetherness in a safe, clean, wonderful environment where happiness and strength of the community can grow and thrive.
You don't support it financially, you won't be here. It's very, very important that it's funded, it's taken care of, and remains the center of the community.
And in order to sustain it, you have to give back. And certainly we appreciate everyone who's been involved up to now and hopefully will continue to carry the message and the project forward with us for generations to come.
The old JCC, I remember taking my first son, Max, out here with his cousin and his friends.
My first memories are Max with Coach David playing flag football when they used to rent the field from North Beach Elementary in like this triangle dirt patch that they used to have behind the school.
When we moved to the beach, my sister was a president of the JCC and she asked me to get involved and jump on the bandwagon.
Then there was all this talk about the building. The momentum was sort of building, but people still didn't believe it was going to get built. And we started going to meetings, and then the meetings started happening in my office, hashing out the new plans. And now here we are.
I think it's great that they have somewhere to go every single day.
It's completely changed everything on the beach. The kids really have facilities, they have coaching, they have a great field to play on.
He's firing. Oh, Mason with the defense.
The JCC was essential.
It's just a place that will always have something going on. Hanukkah, Purim, the New Year. When you give to something that you believe in, you get back. That my kids will see and pass down as my parents passed down to myself.
This place is great. There's really nothing to complain about, It's how can you make it better?
It's not the four walls of a building, it's the people inside are gems. Coaching, teaching, or just hanging out.
I'm just going to add one thing. If you have anything bad to say about the JCC, do not say it around her because she'll track you down. The JCC came along at just the right time for us. We're so happy that it's here, and we thank all the people that helped make this happen.
Remember that little old house that used to be on this property, and just wanting to build a JCC here.
I remember walking in and seeing this rather small facility for a rather large community, and it just didn't add up.
We didn't know if it was going to go anywhere because everybody had been trying. It must have been a 20, 30-year period. And then, thank God, Moj and Robert stepped up to the plate and they started a capital campaign to get things moving.
Adrian was involved in some of the early planning of finding the architect, finding how we were going to have a building that would bring the community together. I remember being pulled into it because of her interest.
Steve loved it. He loves to build, so it was a perfect fit for him. They needed a layperson to help them out with the construction.
We had a great team. Brad Meltzer and his team was just phenomenal, and the lay leadership that really was there to support me. So it was a lot of people part of that commitment to make this building the best it could be. And we're excited for what we have, and we're excited for what we see as the next step.
We're looking at the space here and over there and how we're going to use it for arts and culture. It's been such a success. We're working on expanding, and so many people are coming that we want to expand it. And I am working with a fabulous committee.
This is a place where all of our kids, Josh, Daniel, Carly, come and get to enjoy the facilities. It's great.
Josh and Daniel come over and they play basketball. Carly gets to spend time here as well. And it's just a perfect place for all of our kids.
Josh now is going on to do the Maccabi games. It's wonderful. He loves it. You know, it creates a Jewish identity for him with something that he has passion for.
I love the community that it creates, that everybody on the beach, we have one central place to go. All the different Jews on Miami Beach, everybody coming together. And we need everybody to support it, to be a part of it.
It bridges the gap between all the different temples, the different cultures within the Jewish community. So everybody can come to one place where they can feel at home and feel comfortable. I can't think of anything that's more amazing for us as a community. Yeah.